I spent the better part of yesterday hunched up in bed and throwing up my entire life away. 35 years old is definitely the time to put away the $10 Boilermaker specials. But during my bout with death, I was scrolling through the Magicians Only group on Facebook and I happened to come across this post. Now, because I know most of you guys don't have the 8th grade reading level that's necessary to understand this entire paragraph, let me summarize it for you. What Louis Fox is saying is that anytime somebody offers to show you a trick, the answer should always be yes. And I completely wholeheartedly agree with this sentiment, enough to make an entire video on it. Us magicians are fickle creatures. We think that we know everything. But there are many things that we don't know, such as a woman's touch, putting on deodorant, basic hygiene principles, what the outside smells like. And magicians tend to be very closed off when it comes to the lay public, the muggles, showing us things. Because the assumption is, of course, that they're going to show us things that we already know. Shut up. Every single time someone has offered to show me something after finding out that I do magic tricks, I say yes. And they always show me interesting shit. I don't think I've ever had a negative experience, and I've always learned something. Whether or not they perform it well, you learn something because you tend to go away with something you didn't have before. One time a kid showed me the world's worst version of the 2-card Monty. However, what I did learn from that is that the rest of the people didn't care about his shitty, mediocre sleight of hand. They were impressed nevertheless. So even though he showed me a trick that I'm sure I've practiced more times than I've had clean showers, it taught me a very valuable lesson in what you could get away with people actually watching you. Here's another one that somebody showed me years ago, and I was absolutely astonished. I had no idea how he did it, and I thought I was hot shit. No, stop it. Somebody showed me this prediction trick where he took out a couple cards from a deck and told me to do the following. I could either deal the card on the table, or I could switch it with the card underneath before dealing it to the table. And I thought, what the fuck? This is very fair. So I did just that. I switched the next one, I switched this one, and then he had me redo it again. So I switched this one, I dealt this one, and of course the last one I had no choice. And when he showed me the prediction, 2, 3, 6, 8, queen, it matched exactly the order that I placed the cards, 2, 3, 6, 8, and queen. And even me, that I thought I was hot shit, I had no idea about this principle, and it's something that's so utterly fooling. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you switch or deal, you're doing the exact same thing. All you're doing is the equivalent of this, because if I have you deal this card, it doesn't matter. If I have you switch this card, it would be the equivalent of doing this. So it doesn't matter if I switch or deal. It's a very smart procedure by, I think, Paul Curry. Paul Curry's the one that made that up, and the cards are still, of course, in the exact same order. Another time, somebody showed me this 2-person code app where one person turned around, another person picked a playing card, and this person told the exact card that they picked. I was completely fooled, and at this point, I'd been doing card tricks for about 15 years. But these 2 children somehow fooled me? Yeah, they did. Because it taught me a very valuable lesson that I'm an irrelevant magician. There's always room to grow, there's always room to learn, so just open up a little bit. I'm even sure that some magicians would even consider it insulting if somebody were to offer to show them a trick. Because in their heads, wait a minute, I'm the magician. I don't want to get shown up here. It reminds me of going to any magic show ever in the existence of man, where inevitably you're going to find somebody in the audience holding a deck of cards, practicing their loudest and their most obnoxious cuts because they can't help but be the center of attention. Even if it's somebody else's magic show, they have to let the people around them know, hey, I do magic too. So the moral of the story is to always say yes when somebody offers to show you a trick. Even if you know the exact trick they're going to perform, you're always going to leave with a bit of experience. Also, please shower. Now, of course, I'd be remiss if at this point I didn't attempt to shill my own things, such as the PigCake Magic Academy, the home of over 1,600 videos going over card stuff, coin stuff, mentalism, everything you need to become the best magician you could possibly be. Now, if you don't like subscription models, I suggest to check out my brand new projects with Peter Turner. I have a couple fun ones, including one on the open prediction plot, as well as another one on the out of this world plot. They're available linked down below for your viewing pleasure.